Hi everyone. So I just felt called to come on and talk about something, and I didn't actually know what I was going to talk about. So I asked our spirit for a subject to talk about, and as I was driving, like before I got parked up, as I was driving, I said, please give me a topic that I can talk about, because I just really wanted to come on and say something. I just didn't know what to talk about. And as usual, I got delivered the message loud and clear. They said Matthew Hussey, and I was like, right, okay, I knew exactly what it was, because I just watched a video by Matthew Hussey, which is he is a relationship coach, I believe, and he's recently done a video about people breaking your trust and, you know, learning to trust again and things like that. And his last point of the video, so if you do like check out like his page, and then his I don't know if it's his last video, but one of his most recent videos talks about trust. And his last point of that video just hit me. Do you know what? I have tried to like memorize this quote, but it's something along the lines of, when you find someone that you deem trustworthy enough, love them with all your heart. Basically, it's not that as a quote, but it's basically about that. So it's about giving someone full, like 100% love, unconditional love, like loving them so hard that if they do break your trust, that you know that you've given your all. Okay, that's basically what the message was. And I had to think about it, and I was like, have I done that? Have I done that in all my relationships so far? And I had to get really honest with myself. And this is the thing, like, you can easily say, yeah, like I was amazing, I was like a really, really good partner, I, you know, loved them with all my heart, I gave everything. And I know that I do give a lot. However, I also know, and this is a bit deep, but well, just go with it. I also know that there's a part of me that just doesn't allow myself to go that far. Okay, and it's probably something that it is definitely something I need to work on. And you know, I had to be really honest with myself and say, you know, did I give 100%? Did I 100% show love in the way that I want to show it, and give love and feel love in the way I want to feel it? And I said no, and I actually got a bit emotional again. Proper emotional lately a lot. Nothing wrong with that, but it's true. And I think on some level, there's a part of me that just won't allow myself to. So, you know, when we split up from relationships, we often forget to look at our part, and we often forget to look at, you know, what might have. And this isn't about putting the blame on yourself, okay? It works both ways, okay? But if you get really, really honest with yourself and say, did I give my everything? Did I give my heart, my soul, like everything to that relationship? 100%. And do you know what? You can't always. That's another thing. You can't always, you know. There's going to be things in your life that have stopped you doing that, you know, which is kind of what my problem is, I think. You know, there's some things that have happened in my past that just put a barrier there. And then we just have to kind of find ways of working through that barrier, or trying to open that up. And you can't always do that. And sometimes you're unaware of those things. And sometimes life circumstances and your environment and other things that are going on in your life and in your relationship can affect these things, right? So at first, when I was saying these things, I was getting upset, and I was like, oh my God, no, I didn't give my all. No, I didn't love as much as I wanted to. And, you know, what he says in that video is actually that, you know, if you do give your all, if you can give your all to someone that you know is trustworthy, and you trust them 100%, then it won't affect you as much if they do betray your trust, because you'll know that you've given your all and you've done everything you could have done, and it's going to be a greater loss their end, right? And I was thinking, but is it a greater loss their end? Because I won't go too much into it, but my pattern has been that they end up happier than I am. And it's like, great. So as I say, I won't go too much into that. It's a bit personal, but I was like, then questioning it. I was like, so why do I feel the way I do? Why are they happier? Why, or do they seem happier? Why do I not feel like, you know, it's a greater loss their end? And it's because I probably didn't give 100%, right? And so it's worth just thinking about why you couldn't give 100%. And it's not about saying why you didn't and blaming yourself and saying you should have done this. That's another thing, right? So at first I was emotional. I was like, oh no, I didn't. And I was being hard on myself. And then I snapped myself out of it, because that's self-awareness. That is what self-awareness does. When you are self-aware, you can literally catch yourself in the moment going, being critical. And I was like, no, I am not being hard on myself, because there was this reason, okay? And I know that I struggle in certain areas because of my past or because of things going on at the time. And you know, I'm not going to be hard on myself. What you can use it for, though, is to just be aware and to try to open your heart more, to try to look at the areas in where you couldn't love as much, where you couldn't give as much, and work on that. And yeah, just having that awareness is the best thing, because it gives you a choice. It gives you a place to start from. And then you can say, okay, well, what do I do from here? You know, can I get help with that? Can I talk to someone about it? Can I really process that and see what's going on for me and see if I can shift something? Is there just a way for me to just try new things and open up a bit more, you know, and relax a bit more, let go a bit more, open my heart more? Is there open heart meditations? Is there healing that I can do? Is, you know, can I go and see a counsellor or a coach, or, you know, and it's not saying you have to do all these things, but it's things you feel called to, things that you feel will help you. Okay, because if you don't want that same scenario in your next relationship, and this is talking obviously to the people who are single, if you don't want the same thing again, if you want to open up and you want to trust and you want to feel all those feels, and you want the other person to be treated in the way that you would love to be treated, and loved in the way that you want to be loved, and trusted in the way that you want to be trusted, you know, you need to start somewhere. So, and as I say, I don't want this to sound like, oh, it's your fault, you're to blame, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just having an awareness of your part and seeing if that's something that you can maybe try and tweak, change, improve, just for your sake, really, because I'm sure that you want to feel loved, you want to feel like you can trust people and have beautiful relationships. So this isn't coming from a place of I know everything and I'm like relationship expert, because clearly I'm not. It's just kind of a realization I've just had, so I just wanted to share that. But yeah, so there you go. There's my little drive-in wisdom, even though I'm not driving this time. I made sure I parked up so I was safe. And yeah, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of the weekend.